Hello everyone, Deviacon here, and I have here for you today my custom Transformers The Last Knight Deluxe Class Barricade. And basically, I did not do much mod work with him, just a little bit. Mostly paint work for this one. I pretty much went over his entire blue with a nice new metallic blue, dark metallic blue. You can see it's nice and shiny there. And over, got the windshield wipers. Those were not painted in at all. Did a little bit more with the tail lights. I will point out that he did have the To Punish and Enslave over his back wheel wells. I did paint over those. I looked at some stock footage, and the actual police car that they used actually has a new phrase that is "Keep calm and hail Megatron," which is okay, I guess. I did want to originally put something on there. I did make a sticker for it, but let's zoom in on it there. If it'll focus there. Keep calm and hail Megatron. And this is actually, I actually took a picture. I had edited a picture directly from stock footage of the police car they used in the movie, so that is the actual font and all that stuff. But and the sizing is just fine, but the color would have been so off that even by painting around it, I just kind of felt like it would completely ruin the metallic paint job I just gave it. So I just kind of opted to paint over that, since the Punish and Enslave thing isn't even what he has in the new movie. And I do still have his little accessory here, his little Gatling gun that floats on the back there. You can see I gave that a nice metallic dry brushing paint job. And trying out some new techniques here where I kind of use different paint colors to singe the tips there as if they had been, fired frequently. So that still fits back there and looks really cool. Yes. Alright, and then I do have one other little accessory to show you, but that will be in his robot mode. So let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And since, obviously I didn't do any mod work, like I said, so his transformation is exactly the same as it was normally. Which, I guess for the sake of showing you, is popping the front part off there. And on this particular figure, everything in the back here is just tight. Giggity. Yeah, like the snapping of the feet and snapping this back panel to it, it fits very snugly. And there is his first. Oh, let me get this turned up a little bit. And then he does have his other accessories on him at the time. So there's his sidearm pistol and his nightstick. So I'll go ahead and bring that up, fold that in. God, his legs are just so simple. Rotate, fold down. Go. His arms are always a little tricky for me, just because of the way that they fold up. There we go. And as you can probably tell by a lot of what's going on here, there is a lot of small paint detail that I did. There we go. So he's got a lot of brass accents. I'm going to point these out now because you don't see him quite as well when I fully transform him. But yeah, he's got some brass accents and those pistons there now. And a bunch down there. He's practically finished. I might as well just bring this stupid head down. Arms. Bring the wheel wells up. I always liked Barricades wheel wells up like they're pauldrons. I always thought that was cool. Now I did like his original movie design a little bit more. I liked the kind of monstrous look they gave the Decepticons, and they opted, as time goes on, they're everything is becoming much more humanoid, which isn't bad. Just their stylistic change or stylistic direction. Let me adjust the camera one more time to get a little bit more in there. Alrighty, there we go. And so there's his robot mode, pretty simple. Let me back him up here so you can see a little bit more. And yeah, I did a lot of, that robotic part dry brushing. I did go over his brass knuckles in brass paint. Oh my god, focus. Focus. Serve. Protect. And in some of the stock footage, or the 3D rendered stock footage that they show us, he does have Punish and Enslave on his elbows. Those are not sculpted in, and I did not sculpt them in myself, but I did paint them brass. That was one of the things that I thought about sculpting in, but again, I opted to do a lot less mod work for this particular one and just basically go over a paint job. So I did do a nice detailed job on his head, breaking down the blue and other parts that are metallic. Went over his eyes again with red to really bring him out. I really did try and go for, I guess what you'd call screen accuracy from the photos that the rendered images they've showed us so far. Originally, he did have these white panels on his upper thighs, and those said to protect and serve on them. Obviously nothing like that would fit because it's a very small space, but I just opted for some Reaper Labels Decepticon graffiti. I thought that looked pretty cool, Decepticon war paint, because I thought it would fit well. And then again, a lot of that work on the feet, really just trying to do as much as I could for the screen accuracy, as I could, translating it to the figure. So, let's go ahead and, oh, that's right, here, give him his pistol here, and his nightstick still fits in his hands, nightstick and pistol, police brutality, etc. Let's see here, the Gatling gun still fits on just fine, pop that in back there. Bring it around, and now that looks much better. That singed tip Gatling gun, that looks a lot better than that lame gray that they had. And let me go ahead and bring out the new small tiny accessory that I created for him. It is a tiny little Decepticon badge. Because, oh god, in, again, some of the stock footage that they've shown, come on, it's just a Decepticon emblem on there. He had kind of a Decepticon emblem right here, but then in some of the other footage, I noticed there's actually a chain around his neck, and that's when I realized that this is actually what they were kind of going for, was like a little Decepticon badge. Like a Decepticon shield, badge, shield, police officer, call it what you will. And that he just had a little chain. Oh my god, you're stupid. Blech. Blech. There we go. So yeah. So I gave him that, and if you don't like that, just take it off. I don't care. It's very small. It didn't take very long to make. And then a lot of people have been doing this with the back section, the roof of the vehicle. They've been popping it off the friction hinge that it comes on. Just like that. That's just how it always was. People have been doing that. And they had been... I need to get him all standing up straight here. There we go. People had been opening and just kind of using that to wrap it around his other arm. I opted for something a little bit different. I actually created a little handle here that just flips out, and that can just go directly into his hand. And it isn't exactly 5 millimeters all the way, but it is a little bit more towards the top, so it kind of show you from this angle. Pretty much all just kind of sits in there, and because of the nature of it, it isn't, I don't know how to put this, it sits firmly in his hand, but you're not going to have any trouble getting it out. I originally used a 5mm port for this hinge, and his hands are so friggin' deep with that 5mm port that he actually held onto it and I ripped the whole damn thing out. So I remade this hinge that doesn't do that. So anyway, you can put that in there, and what I like to do, because the hinge is a little longer here, put it in, I bring these doors out, put it in the rest of the way, and then the doors just kind of around the back of his hand there. So he kind of has a good grip on it. So now, that is a better type of fan mod, really, is what it originally was, that I just kind of improved upon and made it an actual mod. So now he can actually hold a Riot Shield. So there you go. Let me put his pistol on his hip there, or on his thigh, technically.